In the last episode, we faced disappointment and bad results as we lost 1-0 to Villa and then drew 0-0 to Derby. Yeah, it was a real bad one and I can only apologise for that. In today's episode, however, hopefully we start off in a more positive way as we face Stoke in the third round of the FA Cup. It's also January, so the possibility is there for transfers coming in or out. Let's find out what today's episode has in store for us. I'm John, and this is Road to Glory with Farnborough FC. Let's play some Football Manager. Okay, so let's start off with looking at how things have gone since the last episode, and immediately kicking on from the last episode, our draw against Derby, it did not start off very well as we got hammered by Brentford. I mean, they bullied us for the entire game. We did manage to get one consolation goal. I mean, I think we scored first, but then we just got absolutely bullied all over the pitch. That was a real bad game. But we managed to turn it around with our next game as we won 6-0 against Bournemouth. We were 5-0 up at half-time. And I thought it was going to be one of those games where you got all the goals in the first half and then just nothing happened for the rest of the game. But we did manage to get one more goal towards the end of the game, which was really good. We then followed that up with a good 2-1 victory against Wolves and then a very unlikely 1-0 victory against United. I mean, they're not exactly, really good in this universe at the moment, but it's still going to be a difficult game, and we managed to get the win there. We then got trounced 3-0 by Tottenham, who are the runaway league leaders this season. I mean, they are a really strong team, and it hurts me to say that because I'm a Gooner. So following on from that, we had a 1-1 draw with Chelsea and then a 1-0 victory against Everton as well. So some real valuable points on the table there. But with those couple more defeats and a draw and another draw, because we followed that up with 1-1 draw against Leeds, we have done what I thought we would do, and we slowly started slipping down the league a little bit. I'm just going to show you the pick of the goals from those games, and Christian Sareva has scored 3 of these sorts of goals, cutting in from the left hand side. But for me, this is the pick of the bunch. They're all very good, but this has got to be my favourite one of the lot. Christian Sareva flying down the left hand side, cuts in one, cuts past another, curls it in right into the top right hand corner. Peach of a goal for Christian Sareva there. He has been on fire. He done even better in the Bournemouth game, though that was a much easier game for us. But he came out with 2 goals and 1 assist with a 10 rating as well. So Christian Sareva's been on fire recently. So hopefully he can continue that vein of form for us. In the Premier League, we are currently sitting in 7th with a game in hand. So we have slipped down from the lofty heights of 3rd, 4th or 5th, where we kind of were floating around for a little bit, and we've slowly been just falling down the ranks a little bit. I fully expect to drop out of the European places a little bit. I mean, in a fairy tale ending, we could stay up there and we could fight for European places, but in reality, I do think we're probably more realistically going to finish between sort of 12th and 8th, somewhere in that region, but time will tell. It is January and we have got interest in quite a few of our players and some notable players as well. Aaron Ritchie, he's had interest in him for a while. Schalke are the current team with a lot of interest in him. We will see whether an offer comes in for him. Isidro, who's not necessarily a first choice, has got interest in him as well. Glenn Tiernan is a player with interest. Now, he's been a big player for us. I would entertain a very good offer for him. If we had an offer come in the region of around £30 million for Glenn Tiernan, I could consider selling him. I'd need to replace him in the January window for sure. He is our vice captain. Aaron Ritchie is our captain. So we got interest in both our captains. So I wouldn't want to lose both. I wouldn't really want to lose more than one player in the January window because the work that has to go into finding a decent replacement. Yeah, I don't really need that. I'd leave that for the summer window. Yeah, January is just too short. Elsewhere, Tony Salaberry has got interested in him as well. We've also already done a bit of work with players outgoing. Etzeberria, who was fundamental in our rise through the Championship to the Premiership and surviving last season in the Premiership, has had a bid come in for him for £10.75 million. And considering we brought him in for £2 million, and his valuation was £32 million, which is insane. I mean, he is not a £32 million player, not by a long way. And I'd never in a million years entertain paying that much. So nearly £11 million coming in for him after 2 seasons with us, 2.5 seasons, and getting nearly 11 million. I think that's perfectly acceptable, and will help us out being able to afford other players if we need to. Elsewhere, we need to go to the transfer window, because Martin Ferreira, who is out on loan at Huddersfield at the moment, also has a £10.75 million bid in for him from Viz. And yeah, I mean, considering he's out on loan, he's not in the picture for playing. So for a player that's not even in my picture at the moment, and to get nearly £11 million for him is a bit of a sweet deal. Considering as well, I think he's out of contract at the end of the season. He is. So with only 6 months left on this contract, to get £11 million for him basically is just absolutely amazing. So possibility of nearly £22 million coming in for those 2 players. There's a couple of other players that might be going out on loan or going for not a lot of money. So we will see about those. I've not really looked at players to come in potentially. I've started scouting a few players in central defence or in central midfield, defensive midfield, in case bids do come in for Aaron Ritchie or Glenn Tiernan. But yeah, again, mid-season, we'd need to have a good bit of finance behind us to be able to afford worthy replacements for him. So only time will tell on that front. But yeah, we'll see. I don't really want to ideally lose any of them. The one I'd be most happy to lose is Glenn Tiernan, even though he's done very okay for us. He's been solid enough for us, but he's one of those players. He's not going to improve from where he's at. He's 24 years old. He doesn't enjoy big matches. I can live with replacing him. So yeah, we're going to have to see about that. I'm going to get ready for today's FA Cup game against Stoke, and I'll see you there. All right, so we are suffering from a few injuries recently. Dubrovic, who's not really a first teamer, is out injured. Sarava's been out injured and is not really fully fit yet, so I don't want him to risk him for today's game. Hopefully we should be able to get the result against Stoke without him. Certainly don't want to risk him. Luis Duarte has been out injured as well. Yeah, so for this squad today, starting at the front, I'm bringing Herrera into the squad, and I'm trying to give him a bit of a run in the team, or wanting to, because he's got bags of potential, let's face it. And he's just got a little bit more pace than the other guys as well. Well, mainly Nord. And the reason I want to bring him in is just I don't feel like I've been getting enough goals from Nord. Only 4 goals for him so far this season. Villagra as well, only 2 goals. And I feel like I just need to find someone who's just going to be a bit more potent in front of goal. I'm not expecting fireworks straight away from Ferreira. He's very young and raw, but with a bit of a run in the squad, hopefully we can see that potential coming through, and maybe he can bag himself a few goals along the way. But certainly being able to bring Nord on as a substitute in a game like this is great. But for the moment, it's just going to be Herrera up front for us. Right, I actually got to bring on Bertelli, can come on for Alanis, as he's probably needs a bit of a rest, and he's not been performing exceptionally well anyway. Quite a few players in the squad have been very disappointing. I mean, Villagra with an average of 6.38 from his last 5 games. You know what? He should probably actually not even be in the squad for today. But He is one of our wonder kids. And yeah, playing time, he needs to develop and continue to get better as well. So the team for today is Kopic in goal. He is our cup goalkeeper, so he is coming in goal. Batelli, Parker, Ritchie, Isidro in defence. Tiernan just ahead of them. Oyos on the right, Tisserand on the left, Maxwell and Valagra in attacking midfield, and Herrera up front. On the bench, we have Munoz, Alanis, Day, Nord, Petrovic, Salaberry, Etzeberria, Warfield, and Yoshi. So let's get that team plugged in. Yeah, you got to do a bit of rotation in squad. It's annoying that some of the players are like, why are you leaving him out? Because he's dog tired or he's a little bit injured. That's why he's not in the team. So get over yourselves. Right, we need to, I'm going to tell them we owe Stoke, I think. Give him a bit of incentive for this match. It's been a long time since we played him. I guess we probably didn't play him. Haven't played him since we were in the Championship. So a couple of seasons ago. However, they're not going to be a walkover. It is going to be a difficult game. So let's just see what we can do. And we get the game underway. It'd be good if we can get a nice early positive start, a goal. Oya's currently on the right hand side, crosses it into the box but can't find anyone on the end of it. But a positive start in the first minute. Would have been nice to end that with a goal. We have a corner for Valagra to take, and it's only the second minute, so clearly a positive start. Hopefully it won't be too stressful to get through to the next round. Yeah, Herrera. You know what? If you've been following along through all the seasons, we've never had a prolific striker in the squad, and it's considering we've got promotions, only missing out twice. Is it two or three times? I think the first league, Panorama South, we had to have a second attempt at it, and then I think it was League One, maybe Championship as well. We go 1-0 up here with Maxwell cutting in from the right hand side, and a sweet low finish into the far corner. Very good play there from Maxwell. Pretty much doing it all on his own. That's good positive stuff to see from our record signing as well. He's not really been at the races so far as well. I mean, he's been alright by and large, but he's not been setting anything sort of on fire either. And considering he's our record signing, we should be expecting a lot more from him, either in assists or goals, or just dictating the play as well. But it's good to be 1-0 up in this game. Isidro now just lurking on the outside of the area. He gets in the shooting position, and the keeper has to do well to push it round for a corner. All right, Valagra to take the corner. Trying to find the head of Ritchie, but can't quite find it. He is our danger man from set pieces, from the corners. So yeah, if we were to get a bid in for him as well, we would lose a quite a lethal player from the corners and such stuff. He is by far the player that's got us most headed goals from corners and that sort of thing. So yeah, it would be a massive loss for us. He's not the best defender in the world. He is a very limited defender. So if we were to lose him, I'd definitely be wanting to look at bringing in a more rounded defender in his place. Though what he lacks for being a well-rounded defender is just sheer aerial ability. So even if it is a rounded player that we managed to find, if we need to replace him, I'd still want to find someone that's got a similar aerial presence that Ritchie has. Alright, over half an hour gone now in this first half, and it was still just 1-0 up, but still positive stuff going on. Batelli now with a chance to shoot, and it has to get saved by the Stoke goalkeeper. Alright, still good stuff, still positive. Valagra with the corner again. Can he find the head of Ritchie this time? He swings in, but he can't quite get there. But he has another chance to get it into the box. He chooses Tiernan on the edge of the area, and Isidro with a volleyed drive straight at goal. But the Stoke goalkeeper can hold on to it quite easily there. And now it's Stoke's chance to come at us. Let's see if they've got any kind of danger coming forwards. I'm kind of hoping our defence has probably been our standout thing this season. A little bit worried with Popic in goal, but he is our cup goalkeeper. And I want to be loyal to the fact that I brought him in. Well, didn't bring him in, but told him he was going to be our cup goalkeeper. So I'll try and stay loyal to the fact that I told him he'd be a cup goalkeeper. That might change if we get all the way through to sort of quarter, semi, or whatever. Ooh, right. Isidro now putting the ball back into the box, trying to find Parker. Oh, Villagra, so close. How did he not put that in the back of the goal? It looked like it would be harder to miss. I mean, it was saved. He did get it on target. And he takes the corner. Richie trying to get on the end of it. Tisserand now finding Villagra. Villagra trying to work some space in the box. Tiernan. What? I said, was that a save or a block? If that was a save, that was one hell of a save. Villagra with another corner now. We must have had so many corners. Parker gets on the end of that. And he can't quite get his header on target, but that was a good positive corner for us. It'd be nice if we could get a header on target at least. So disappointing when you have, how many corners have we had now? 7 corners, and I don't know if we've had one attempt on target from the corner. Batelli with a throw in down the right hand side. Back to Tiernan. Tiernan driving into the box with a long range effort, but it sailed over the goal. Bit of a disappointment attempt there by Tiernan. Alright, we made it through to half time though. 1-0 up, so it is positive. It could be more comfortable, but I know you're capable of even better. So let's go again and see what we can do in the second half. No need for any changes yet, I don't think. Herrera with only a 6.5 for us up front. I'll still give him more time, especially if we manage to grab another goal from somewhere. I'll try and keep him on as long as possible, really. But if we're struggling for another goal, I think I'll look at bringing Nord on possibly. Not that he's guaranteed to score a goal anyway, but that was another attempt for us and another save. And the Stoke goalkeeper must have a pretty good rating at this point. Villagra with the corner. Still can't get a good attempt on target from the corner. And Stoke can try and break now, though they're being chased back. Yeah, it's mostly looking positive so far. Stoke don't really look like they're going to be going down our end of scoring, but you never know. Stoke definitely going to be one of those teams that are always good at set pieces. Herrera with a headed attempt there, a bit of a diving header, but he didn't end up managing to get that much power on the header at all. And the Stoke goalkeeper can collect the ball again quite comfortably. 8 rating for the Stoke goalkeeper. So yeah, he's doing pretty alright at stopping us from getting any more goals. We've had 8 attempts on target, so with only 1 goal, unless there were any blocks, he's managed to make 7 saves. So yeah, deservedly got quite a good rating today, the Stoke goalkeeper. Alright, 16 minutes on, half an hour of the game to go. I think it's about time to make some changes. Villagra, our worst performer so far today. I am going to bring on Yoshi and see what he can do. He's got 4 goals himself, so he is actually one of our equal top goal scorers. So if we're going to get another goal from a couple of players, bringing on Yoshi and Nord are 2 good options for us. So I think I'm going to bring on Warfield as well for a bit more pace down that right hand side and see what we can do. Yeah, go and have fun, play without pressure, see what they can do. Right, let's see if that makes any difference to us. I mean, even if we end this game with just the 1 goal, as long as we get through to the next round, I mean, a win is a win. We don't need any more than 1 goal, but for just my own sanity and being comfortable, it would be nice. All right, changes have been made, so now we've just got to see if making a difference for us going forwards. But we're having to defend for the moment as Stoke get near the edge of our area and have a shot blocked. Now we've got to deal with the corner. And now the changes have been made. All right, Stoke with the corner. Can we defend well? Richie is there for the defensive header. That's what we need when we have the corners down the other end. Richie getting on the end of it. He can get on the end of a defensive one, but we need him on the end of an attacking corner as well. All right, I'm just going to give the lads a bit of shout of encouragement when I can. But we have a highlight here. Tisserand working his way up the pitch. Batelli driving forwards, finds Warfield. Warfield plays it to Parker. Parker into Sidro, switching over to the left-hand side. Or ball over the top for Nord. And that is a pitiful, poor shot from Nord. And skies his shot. Perhaps should have taken a touch and then tried to place his shot. But he went for the first-time shot, and it was a bit of a rubbish shot. Tisserand is tired and injured on the left-hand side. So I've not got Sareva, so that puts me in a bit of a difficult position. What should I do? What should I do? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to bring on a more defensive player in Petrovic. I'm going to swap Petrovic with Tiernan. And then I'm just going to move Tiernan inside. And I'll push Yoshi out and just play him as an inside forward on support. And Tiernan, what can we do with you, Tiernan? That's Mizala on support. Whether that will work, I don't know. Maxwell is dog-tired as well. He got us our goal today, but he is done. We'll bring on Day for him, and that is all our changes made. I want to see good performances from you tonight. Let's see if we can see this game out with just over 15 minutes of normal time to go. Another goal. Yeah, just kind of shaping it up in an asymmetrical kind of shape right now. But if it works, it works. Alright, I won't give him a shout now because we got another highlight. And if we do the wrong shout and it comes in after they do something like score a goal, then they will be like, what are you encouraging us for? We just scored a goal. Alright, Tiernan into the box for Yoshi, but he loose touch gives it to the Stoke defender. But we can go again. Warfield uses pace to try and get past the Stoke player. Day now in the box, back to Warfield. Warfield finds Tiernan. And that wasn't a good attempt at all. Another skied shot. Probably easier chance this time. Right in front of goal, and it just blasts it into the stands. Right, less than 10 minutes to go now, and we've got a Stoke corner to defend against. Come on, don't disappoint me now. In comes the corner. A good defensive header. Parker can now run out with the ball. Can we get him on the counter? Probably not. We've not been very good at counters. Generally, we've been getting our goals from just normal open play. Batelli trying to find a bit of space. He finds Warfield. Warfield to Isidro. Isidro drives forwards. Can he get space? Tiernan now finding space in the box. And a deflected shot gets goal number 2. Misplaces misplaces the Stoke goalkeeper with the deflection. But I'll take that goal even if it was made easier by the deflection. At least we can say it was probably on target this time. So yeah, goal number 2. I think we probably got this tie in the bag, and I can relax a little bit now. And yeah, should be the job done, because Stoke haven't really looked look like they're up for scoring at any point in this game. So yeah, I'm pretty comfortable. 4 minutes of extra time to go now, and yeah, that should be jobs a good one. And it is. So, right, just a nice highlight to see out the end of the game now. Right, with all that done now, the whistle has gone. Yeah, job's done. We can look forward to seeing who we're going to be getting in the 4th round of the FA Cup. Hopefully it'd be nice to get a relatively easy tie. I'd like to potentially get to I'd potentially like to get to the quarterfinals, I think. That would be nice, but certainly not a guarantee. I'm going to tell them, no pressure, play with freedom, and we'll see how it goes. Right, let's get into the game. Yeah, when you're playing players like Florian Wirtz, Tagner, Odegaard still, Rice, I mean, they're all still there. Straumann taking out Saka in the opening seconds of the game, and he got a yellow card. I didn't tell him to go do that, honest. Odegaard with the corner in the 2nd minute of the game. It'd be bad if we concede so early on, but Goncalves is there, as he so often is, and he tips it out for another corner. Martinelli take the corner for Arsenal, out to Saka on the edge of the area. Oh, he was offside. It's just scary trying to see in the way that players move, like Martinelli and Saka. Our players, however great they are, they can't move and dribble quite like that level of player. We are not there yet, but we're far exceeding any crazy expectations or the wildest expectations of what we could have possibly done this season. We're already ahead of that. I mean, sitting currently in 3rd, totally obliterated our minimum points requirement for making sure we're safe for the season already with so many games to go. Right, we're 1-0 down against Arsenal at the Emirates, and yeah, now we're going to have an uphill battle. And it's Martinelli with a low drive. Goncalves can't get down quick enough to stop it. Alright, well, not a positive start from us. We haven't had a shot yet. And yeah, kind of, it was a bit like that in the City game. But we did end up coming into the game more and more. Whether we're going to be able to do that today, I don't know. But it's currently us on the attack. Day finds Sareva, the danger man for us at the moment. Sareva, can he find Maxwell? Can't quite get on the end of it. Maxwell, but Straumann picks up loose ball. Salaberry with a long drive from outside the box, but he sails harmlessly over the goal. Right, about 20 minutes gone now. Then, except for that little passage of play, we've really not been able to do much in this game. And it's Arsenal just knocking it about, calmly, patiently, waiting for a way to pass their way through our players. That is one thing I will say for our players and our formation this season. That's not great. 2-0 down. Alright, yeah. The formation quite often has allowed us to put a lot of players behind the ball in good positions, but Arsenal seem to be finding the keys to get through today, and that's disappointing considering the absolutely crazy January we've had. It's going to be disappointing to follow that up with a defeat, but like I said before, half of those games in January I would have been expecting a defeat and possibly a draw at best. So to come away with the amount of wins we did, I mean, it just, even if at some point things start to fall apart, because we actually got a relatively small first team squad, I think, and yeah, I think things could quite easily go south for us. Oh, Goncalves, he's got such good reactions sometimes. I don't know how he managed to claw that away. Yeah, there was another game. There was some dodgy passing at the back going on for us. We passed it back to. They were passing it back to Goncalves, one of the defenders, and yeah, I can't remember the exact passage of play. One of the players, whether it was Goncalves to one of the defenders or one of the defenders back to Goncalves, sold him short, and basically he rushed out. The ball kind of pinged out from Goncalves trying to grab the ball from the opposition player, and it kind of bounced up past him, about to calmly settle in our goal, and he just scrambled, and it was like a goal line clearance. Yeah, mental. And we've got one back. That was a real nice goal from Nord there. Oyos spreading it out, find Maxwell, but he doesn't get the touch. Finds Nord, Fravor, back to Nord, and boom. Beautiful, beautiful goal into the far corner. That is what you like to see. 2-1. Okay, I'm not going to say that's us back in the game, because the momentum's very much been in Arsenal's favour. But it's good to only be potentially one goal down at half-time if we make it through that far. But we'll see. That's not ideal either. Potential groin injury. That's probably a 3 to 4 week injury for Oyos. He's only on 6.3 though. And I've not got Warfield on the bench. So I'm going to have to bring Sareva over and Tisserand on the left, and hope that that is okay for us. All right. Okay, let's just get through to half-time. Try not to concede another with an Odegaard free kick. It hits the wall and goes out for a corner. So a bit more pressure before half-time. Leeds have got a goal back against league leaders Tottenham. They're absolutely demolishing the league this season. So good. They are so good. I think they've destroyed us the easiest so far this season with a 3-0 win against us. It was like we weren't even on the pitch, really. Right, half-time. We made it through to half-time. Only a goal down. That's pretty good, because we not really looked like we were up to it today, unfortunately. I mean, they battled so hard through January. I can't criticise them. Right, I need you to show me something different in the second half. Come on, lads. You are a bunch of winners. You're not a bunch of losers. Right. Salary spreading it out to Tisserand. And nothing really comes of that. It is a Arsenal throw-in down our right-hand side. Our left-hand side, rather. And we managed to get the ball and try it and work our way out of danger. Sareva picks up the ball, finds Day. Day can now charge down the right-hand side. Finds Nord in the middle. For a guy that, well, he's 6'1", but he's got a relatively good jumping reach and good heading. I can't remember if I've actually seen him score a hit with his head. He's always disappointing getting on the end of a cross. I've seen him get on the end of a cross with a volley, but I can't think of a header that has actually gone in for him. All right. Coming up to 50 minutes now. And yeah, it still pretty much looks like the same kind of off the underside of the bar, but it goes out luckily. Oh, this is going to be a long second half if all we've got to do is defend. Good defensive header by Bertelli there. But the ball comes to Ramos, but he can't get his shot on target. And we live to stay just 1-0 behind, 1 goal behind rather, for a little bit longer at least. Alright, I'm going to shout a bit of encouragement. Another Odegaard free kick. Hits the wall again, goes out for a corner. Alright, I'm just going to hold off doing the shout yet, because just see what happens from this highlight. Richie there with the defensive header. Day clears it, but Arsenal can pick it up and come again. You know, it's one of those games where you just, you know, you can't collect the ball in space. You got everyone behind the ball basically. You clear it, and then they just come again, and again, and again. Like that. Richie clears it back to Arsenal player. They come again. Going to be difficult. Going to be difficult. Saka now with a chance. Ooh. Richie getting in a good place and blocking it for a corner. For a very limited defender, he does so well at that sort of thing. Good defensive headers. Getting good positions. Block a shot. I mean, he's really been great for us. Really been great for us. Okay, and here they come again. We've not even made it 60 minutes yet. But we do pick up the ball there. I am going to shout some encouragement, I think. Try and get it in at some point. Sareva loses the ball to Martinelli. And that's through to Saka. And wow, that how a player like Saka missed that at that range, I do not know. I mean, if he did get it on target, he had to still get it past Goncalves, which isn't an easy task, but you would have expected him to at least get it on target. Right, Tisserand on the ball now, and he gives up possession as well. Too many loose touches. It's not been good. Maxwell having a poor game. We're going to bring on Hognan from Maxwell. Doesn't technically play naturally in that position, but I have got him training in that position for the moment. So we'll see how he develops there. Straumann on a yellow card, only on 6.5. Alan is only on 6.3 as well. Alright, I'm going to... Have we got... Yeah. Alright, I'm going to bring Parker on for Alanis and then move Bertelli out. And Parker in. It's Sidro for Straumann as well. And Arsenal have another goal. Alright. Well, I reckon there's no coming back from that now. Tenacious Saka stealing the ball, or keeping hold of it inside the box. Falls to Martinelli. He gets his second of the game. Alright. Well, yeah, with half an hour to go, we've got a long way to go, unfortunately. Sareva is rather unhappy. Probably a big part to do because he's been playing so well on the left-hand side, and I'm having to play him on the right-hand side at the moment because I didn't have the right subs on the bench, unfortunately. All right, Arsenal with a corner. Saka putting it into the box. We managed to clear it with a good defensive header though. But it's back in Arsenal possession, and they come again. I don't know. They're playing really well, and maybe they're just set up in a way bad. Tisserand, he does lose the ball a lot when he dribbles. He should be better at dribbling than sort of the amount of times he loses it. Martinelli with his hat trick, and that's 4-1. All right. Wow, that's certainly bringing us back down to earth after just a crazy January, to be fair. Again, in reality, I'd be okay with finishing outside the European places. I'd be more than okay, actually, finishing outside the European places. Because it's just another added pressure. I mean, it'd be great if we managed that achievement. It really would. And the financial benefit we could potentially get from it as well would just be massive. But we're just not there yet. I mean, in reality, in my ideal situation, we'd be making it into Europe the first season we were in the new stadium. So we're managing to fill out a 28,000 stadium, which is still going to be relatively on the small side for a lot of European teams. But at least we have a relatively big crowd. and yeah, relatively big crowd, and be bringing in the money as well. Because the ticket sales for 8,000 people at our home stadium, it's just got to be so small, so small. Yeah, and just we're the level player we really want to get in for European football as well. We're not nearly at the right amount, like ability to pay the right amount of money yet. Our highest earner is on 35,000 a week, and my dogs are going mad. We'll try and carry on, shall we, Hamish? Yeah, and I can't see us being able to afford. We're going to have a bit more money again next season, especially if we finish in a high position, which I'm pretty sure we should do, considering we finished 15th in our first season. We're currently sitting in, well, we're not going to be currently sitting in third anymore, but we're playing some good football right now. Batelli finds a Sidro on the left. A Sidro with a long drive from outside the area, doesn't travel Ramsdale. Yeah, like we'll get a bit more money next season, but with only an 8,000 capacity stadium. That's where a big chunk of our money is going to be coming from. Add 20,000 more onto that, and it's going to be substantially more money we're bringing in. And by the time we get to that point as well, sponsorships should have gone up another 2 times over, you know, another couple of seasons under our belt. But yeah, that's going to be equaled out by us starting to spend a bit more money as well. Sareva, good effort there. Ramsdale has to do well to push it over for a corner. Yeah, like every season, our wages are going to be going up as well. At some point, we might match the next lowest wages in the Premier League. We're currently half of the next lowest in the Premier League. Yeah, still, so long way to go. Right, coming up to 90 minutes now. Only 4 minutes of extra time added on, and it'll probably be good to get this game over and done with. And that is going to be it for today's game. Just waiting for the referee to blow his whistle now. Yeah, it's definitely brought us back down to earth after such an epic January. But it's one game, and we'll be back and trying to make sure we get as many good results as possible. But that's it for today. 4-1 loss to Arsenal. All right. I don't want to say you did yourselves proud. It wasn't a good result. Yeah, I'm just going to say I don't like what I saw from the lads today. Right. That's that. We've moved down to 4th in the league. Not bad. Really not bad at all. And like I said, we're already past our minimum requirement for points to make sure we're safe this season. We're obviously going to be safe at this point. It's just the only question now is how far can we keep ourselves up? I definitely think we will taper off. I know I've been saying that. And if anything, we've moved further up. But I do feel like we will taper off at some point. We're only 3 points from being inside the European places, so yeah, we could easily drop outside there. And yeah, again, I still realistically think we end up somewhere between 8th and 12th, but that we will find out come the end of the season. We will be back for our next FA Cup game, which is only actually a couple of games away. So Crystal Palace in the 5th round of the FA Cup. That's what we'll be back for. And then I will pick another game out of Sunderland, Aston Villa and Derby before the next episode. After that, we will go through to the end of the season. Well, it depends on how well we do in the FA Cup as well. So we could have more games added onto our schedule. But only one game at a time. I will see you for the next episode against Crystal Palace in the FA Cup. Yeah, as usual, if you like that, please leave us a like. Chuck us a comment in the comment below. And if you're watching and you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. As for now, I hope you have a brilliant rest of your day, and I'll see you again in the next one. See ya.